Hey guys, this is Nick, and we're going to be talking about my game, Kingdomscape. Kingdomscape is a 3 matched-up game in a medieval setting. The player will have different grids for each level. They can do power-ups by matching the same icon. They are wanting to rebuild the kingdom to the form of glory. The player is going to have 3 requirements that they're going to have to fight against: a timer, a level requirement, and the turns. Now, the timer is not going to always be there, but the level requirements and the turn requirements will always be there. Then the player will see it in the 2D when they're doing the puzzles, and 3D when they're rebuilding the kingdom with NPCs walking around. The player will be walking into a rundown kingdom, and a squire will come up to them and ask, we need your help. Will you help us? The player will agree, and the player will get thrown into their first puzzle. As you can see, we have our turns left, gold made, and the level requirements. Now, if we take this shield and do 4, we'll get this fireball. The fireball can be matched with any surrounding icon to shoot fire left and right, and left and right. If we find our 5, which we have 2 axes, 2 and 5, we'll get this snazzy looking ice cube. This ice cube has the same rules as the fireball, and if you match it with any surrounding icon, it will shoot ice up and down. If we find our 6, we have 2, 4, 5, and if we move this over, that's 6. We'll get this deadly looking little lightning strike. Same as before, if it's matched with any surrounding icon, but what we're looking for is the match with these two. That way it duplicates it across the grid, and you can have some real fun with that. Now you can also match just 3, and it will just give you some gold. Now with this, we have these red X's. What are these red X's? Well, they're basically saying, hey, no icon can go here. So if we match 3 here, then 3 more is just going to go here. Random icon. They're not going to go here. If we matched 3 here, then the icons are going to follow the path to fill the empty spaces. Now with this roof, with these houses, we have this sad looking little destroyed home, and we have 3 choices to rebuild it, and each choice is going to look either less fancy, more fancy, or the most fanciest. And the player can look at the requirements and then make a decision of how to rebuild the kingdom and how it's going to look. Now there's going to be easygoing gameplay because you're just doing puzzles. There's no hardcore gameplay. It's just really laid back and endless hours of gameplay. My game is like Farmscape, Gardenscape, and Homescape. My game is different because you have the merchant and gatherer aspect where you can send out merchants and gatherers to gather items for you to sell, and merchants to hire so you can sell those items. And the gatherer is really important because you have to send them out to get special items so you can rebuild, say, the castle that may require swords and shields that you have to find out in the battlefield from the destroyed kingdom. The risk here is there's a lot of popular 3 matchup games, and Candy Crush will stand in our way. But if we make our game stand out, and make sure our game is not boring doing the same thing over and over, we'll have a solid game to make. Here are my references, and thank you for watching.